Squirrels are often looked upon as weak, but some can literally fly airplanes while others can karate chop groundhogs. So what if I became a squirrel for 24 hours?
Hello.
Could I gain these powers or be shamed in public? Like most squirrels, I start with a desire to eat acorns. So I grab the best one, and it's a lot more difficult to grab than you would think. Turns out acorns are apparently toxic because they contain a powder called tannin. I'm not gonna lie, that little fact has me worried. So I'll have to come back to this challenge later.
There you go, little acorn.
For now, I covered my acorn and marked it with another nut because I have to complete 7 other challenges to prove whether or not I can survive as a squirrel. And we start with parkour.
Oh, dang, bro. I gotta climb this? Why is this so difficult, bro? How am I gonna get down?
But a little fear of heights is nothing compared to later, where I have to play with squirrels in a public park.
Why am I doing this?
But with every good tree climb, you need to replenish some energy. And this is a jar of nuts I conveniently found.
Oh, I need that.
Now I surely can become the next American squirrel warrior. It's time to reach for the stars.
All right, you ready?
Yeah, I'm no flying squirrel. That was painful, but luckily sleeping is our next challenge. According to Google, squirrels can actually get around 14.9 hours of sleep. And I was curious, do squirrels actually dream? And it turns out they dream just like humans.
This is me and bro in my dreams.
But I quickly woke up and realized the sun was starting to set.
Witness the blood moon's rise.
So I equipped Franklin. Franklin is my personal teacher, and he will help me with the challenge of creating my shelter. So if I'm looking at it correctly, this is called a dray, and it's built from twigs, leaves, and a little bit of moss. And I don't really know what this guy's doing. All right, Franklin, thanks for the information. Now let's get started. A little bit of moss, twigs for sure. Oh, and definitely leaves. That's gonna be my pillowcase for the night.
Good morning, everybody.
Our next challenge is our morning routine. So I'm going to do activities I think squirrels would do in the morning. And it starts with brushing my teeth with this pine cone. Just a little squeeze, please. A little fun fact, squirrels get around 10 hours of sleep at night. That looks disgusting. So I won't lie, I did not sleep here overnight. And that's because a lot of homeless people also like camping in this region. But now we can start learning the language of the squirrels. Squirrels often communicate with squeaks, moans, buzzes, barks, and clucks. I really don't want to moan, so it's clucking time.
Squirrel.
I even tried to catch a squirrel off guard, but it didn't go so well.
Ooh, bro. There's somebody doing yoga over there. Oh, I'm pretty sure they saw me.
Obviously, clucking wasn't my strong suit, so I decided to take a slightly different approach.
All right, I'm just gonna chase him and see if I can talk to him. I'm gonna get you.
Chasing wasn't working either, but maybe chasing will work.
This game sucks.
So I may have lost the chess game, but I was able to communicate quite well. Which brings me to the hardest challenge of making a friend. And thank gosh, because I'm getting kind of lonely. So this is the squirrel I was playing chess with earlier, and I think they're inviting me to their dray.
Thank you, Squirrely.
But as I was climbing the tree, I noticed something strange.
What's going on, bro? There's nothing here.
The dray was completely empty, and it seemed I was being pranked by a squirrel. So if a squirrel want to play, oh, we can play. I just so happened to spot their stash by the tree, and hold up.
This just in, it seems to be cloudy with a chance of peanuts. I actually don't know how these peanuts got here. Like, I didn't script this.
But starting a prank war only made me more sad. I was starting to feel like an outcast. Until I spotted something in this squirrel's mouth.
Bro, This guy's got an acorn in his mouth.
And he seemed to be leading me to the one place I almost forgot about.
Yo, do you guys remember this?
Which brings us to finally eating an acorn.
Look how much dirt is on this. This is about to be so bad. Bottoms up in 3, 2, 1. Oh, that was so bad. It tasted like expired dirt.
But after attempting to eat this acorn, I realized that squirrels were not only letting me walk closer to them, but they were also not running away as much. So as the 24 hours came to an end, I walked into the nearest bathroom to remind myself that I somehow survived as a squirrel. That was definitely in my top 10 most awkward moments. If you want to see me survive as any other animal, let me know in the comments.